morning. Welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone ESPN, brought to you by the amazing ribs at Fleetway Market and the Market Cafe in Gluckstadt. They serve breakfast and lunch. Their breakfast sandwiches are amazing. And then their smoked meats are delicious. Pulled pork sandwiches, ribs, all brought to you by Fleetway Market and the Market Cafe. Got the best selection of beer around, including Kona Big Wave Golden Ale. Kona Big Wave Golden Ale, and they've got Key City, too, and Stella Artois. So all at Fleetway Market and the Market Cafe in Gluckstadt. You got to try those ribs. Jason hasn't had them yet, which is unacceptable, but he's worried about wearing a Southern Marsh shirt, and I don't know, dipping chicken tenders in ranch dressing. Anyway, our guests join us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. We want to welcome in Hail State superfan and future Champions Tour golfer. I don't know, Liv may have even reached out while he was out in Montana, but he is Brooks Bryant on the Out of Bounds Show. Brooks, what's up, buddy?
Bo, long time no see.
Man, how was Montana? What, you were in Montana this summer, right?
Yeah, I was. It was about as good as it gets. This heat is kicking my ass right now. I'll tell you that much. I got hit in the face. I was not expecting this.
Oh man, I know you were up there with no humidity. Well, so there's no humidity up there. What is about the average temp day to day while you were there in June and July?
Like mid-70s, pretty much every day, and then every night is hoodie and shorts weather.
Oh man, I hate you. Wow, I bet that was fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, when every night is hoodie and shorts weather.
Oh, our people would pay a lot of money. I've never been through this in my life. What's happening? What was the name of the golf resort that you were interning at?
It's called Spanish Peaks Mountain Club. It's in Big Sky.
Big Sky. Okay. Spanish Peak Mountain Club. Did you see, we're visiting with Brooks Bryant, PGM major, Hail State superfan, and maybe on the Live Tour soon, but definitely Champions Tour when he gets to 50. He's a scratch golfer. He's from Georgia. And he had a heck of an internship. Is that what you call it, Brooks, an internship or what?
Yeah, it was an internship. Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you see any celebrities?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all up there. That was there was a time where there was just and Patrick Mahomes on the same driving range. So those guys all kind of go to escape up there, and it's pretty cool.
All right, so you said we lost you for just a second. You said Patrick Mahomes and who?
Devin Booker.
Oh, nice. I love Booker.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Those guys all just kind of go up there to kind of get away, especially during the off season. So that's it's really cool.
And didn't you tell us last spring that you'd already been up there for an internship at Big Sky, and you had seen Tom Brady and Justin Timberlake? Was that right?
Yeah, Timberlake actually lives up there full time.
Okay.
So he that's his house. He lives in Yellowstone Club, which is like kind of where they all live, where it's like Bill Gates and like Robert De Niro and those kind of names. And so that's where Brady lives. Brady's actually got like a 50-yard turf grass field that he used to like bring all of his boys out there. Like him and Julian Edelman used to like go and train up there.
Dude.
Kind of up there on top of the mountain.
That is so cool. Okay, so you saw Patrick Mahomes and Devin Booker. Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of guys that come out there. I can't probably think of all the names, but I know Phil's bringing his whole live team up there soon, but because he lives up there too. But yeah, those guys are all around there. They keep a very low profile though.
I gotcha. Okay, is it the nicest place you've been to, or have you been to a nicer? Is it a golf resort, or how do you describe it?
No, it's just a club. It's I don't know, the best golf course I've ever been. I worked at Southern Hills, and that's just like
wow.
That's just the Augusta National of the Southwest. That place is insane. I actually got to go work the PGA with those guys because I worked there on an internship in 2020, and then they held the PGA in 2022. So I went out there and worked the PGA. Much fun.
Man, I bet that was awesome. All right, well, let's talk football. Brooks Bryant.
Let's talk football. I was waiting until you said that. I would love to talk football.
I know you're ready, and so do you have Mississippi State going 12-0 or 11-1?
Well, I think 11-1's conservative. I don't jump the gun and say 12 immediately. So you got to throw in a trap game. Maybe we lose Southern Miss or something and go 11-1. So I'm more thinking 11 more than 12.
Are you super excited about this Will Rogers and Jaden Crumedy and all these guys coming back?
Yeah, well, I don't know how you can't be. I'm just so confused about all this like preseason media stuff. Like I even asked a couple of the guys the other day. I was like, "Do you guys look into see any of this?" And they're like, "No, not really," which made me happy because us fans, I'm sitting here and I just stress. I'm like, why did this media member say we're going to win 4 games, which they don't matter at all? But I find a reason to get butthurt. But we have 22 seniors. Why are we going to win 4 football games?
Oh no, they're winning more than that.
No, I know, but all this preseason media, the media stuff, is insane.
Yeah, so they'll start off 2-0, and then it gets real with LSU at home. Now you're a senior. Do you sit? What does Brooks Bryant do? Does he sit in the student section, or have you moved over to I don't know, other areas of the stadium where alums are?
No, well, Brooks Bryant the last 4 years has gotten there 2 hours before games and has sat on the front row for 4 years. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I put in my time on the front row. I might get there a little bit before kickoff, watch a little bit of warm-ups or something. But the last 4 years, I've gotten there as the gates opened.
Really? That's impressive. You really are a super fan.
Yeah. Rain or shine.
Do you know Daniel Faulkner?
Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all sit near each other? Or?
No, I sat on the right side. He was more in the middle. I sat on the right side, like if you're looking at the goalpost, left of the goalpost.
Okay. Will you do that again? Will you get there that early this year?
No, I think I'm going to take it a little bit easier this year, more middle of the student section.
Okay. Brooks Bryant on the Out of Bounds show and the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Do you tailgate at all?
Oh yeah. Well, I mooch off tailgates. I don't tailgate. I mooch off everybody else.
That's what I would do. Yeah. Because you're what? How old are you? 22?
22.
Yeah. See, you're close to having to retire from that, but you've still got about another year to.
Oh, I like that. I'm a fan of another year. I was hoping you wouldn't say I was too old to do that.
No.
So I'm.
In fact, we have a tailgate. You're welcome to come mooch off of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll give you a cold beer. You can have food, whatever you want.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you can bring a buddy.
How many games do you think we're going to win?
So, I've been landing on 7-5 a good bit.
Okay. So who is that? We lose to LSU, Alabama.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me pull it up right here. All right. So it's a brutal schedule for Arnett. The 8 home games are misleading, and so he's got to find a way to win if he doesn't upset LSU, which will be extremely difficult. He's got to go to South Carolina, Brooks, and win. Don't you think?
So what I was looking at was if you can go 1-1 in that stretch, and then there's another 2-game stretch that you need to go 1-1 in. Is it Auburn and Arkansas?
Yeah,
it's those back to back.
It is. It's at Arkansas and at Auburn, and I agree with you.
Yeah, you can go. That's what I'm saying. If you go 1-1 in the LSU South Carolina stretch and 1-1 in the Auburn Arkansas stretch, you have a very, very good season.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Those swing games, I'm not sure LSU's a swing game, but it is at home and early. But those 2 early and the 2 in the middle that you're referencing, Arnett's got to steal one of the 2 in both of those stretches. Um, and at Arkansas, I think is a better opportunity than now that Hugh Freeze is at Auburn. They're going to be good again, unfortunately.
Yes. But what my whole thing with Arkansas is they're not a different team than they were the last 2 years. And last game was a blowout, but they didn't have KJ obviously. But in Fayetteville 2 years ago, it came down to the last play, and we got boned off of the pass interference. But you know what I'm saying?
It's a terrible call.
That's a winnable game in Fayetteville, and that was Will Rogers' year 2, and now we're year 4. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, and they actually have some talent on defense, Mississippi State, that is. So everybody's new. I think that's very concerning to me. Arnett's it's not his fault. He's just a first-year head coach. Barbay, first year in Power 5 as an OC. He has been an OC in G5. Matt Brock, first time to be a DC. But you're right, they're bringing back a lot of dudes. And when you're bringing back your quarterback, you can mask some of that youth. As far as in the coaching locker room. We're visiting with Brooks Bryant. He was in Big Sky, Montana for what, 2 months plus, Brooks?
Yeah, like 3.5 months.
3.5 months. Okay. Hanging out with a bunch of celebrities. And evidently this place is amazing. Spanish Peak Mountain Club. Do you know where you're going to work after you graduate?
I have no clue.
Okay.
That's my short answer. My big thing is I like to just not think about it, because if I don't think about it, then I don't stress about it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
Well, we're trying to get you a job. If anybody is hiring out there, Brooks Bryant would be a great hire for your company, and you can get in touch with him through us. And he will be graduating from Mississippi State in December in professional golf management. Is that underneath the business school, Brooks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. How many are you full time or part time this semester?
I'm taking 5 classes. I'm taking 15 hours.
Dang, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Did you see my moped?
No, you got a moped?
I'm whipping around on a moped.
That is freaking awesome. What color is it?
Black.
Nice.
His name's Pee-wee. I've got an American flag helmet. So yeah, it's pretty sick.
Have you put a picture on Twitter?
Yeah, there's a picture out there. I'm just now street legal though. So it turns out in Mississippi you have to get a motorcycle license. So I took a motorcycle license with my moped.
Oh, wow.
With my moped.
Okay.
It's the real deal.
So you have a black moped with an American flag helmet.
Yep.
This is awesome. Okay, I'm going to have to check.
As good as it gets.
Hey, I'm still taking you to Two Brothers. And
yeah, well, you need to do it.
I know. I'll be up there I may even come up tomorrow, but I'll be up there next week. And I'm hoping that we can connect. And we'll go drink an ice cold Busch Light, and we'll get some wings from Two Brothers.
Come on.
Does that sound good?
You need to come get you. You need to come get you some new stuff at the golf course too. We're putting out some new stuff.
Dude, how's my guy Nate?
He's the man. He's doing awesome.
Good.
He's living it.
I love the merch that y'all have at the.
Well, we're putting out some new state script stuff here in a little bit. It's going to be awesome.
Ooh, yeah. Mississippi State Golf Course has great stuff. And I've been in there, and I need to pick my son up a piece or two also. So, all right, bud. Well, look, I look forward to smashing some wings and ice cold beer at Two Brothers, and then I'm picking up the tab, and I can't wait to see you'll need to drive your moped or something. And do you have a car too, or just the moped?
I have a car too. But that car is about to just be sitting in the parking lot. I'm taking my moped everywhere.
You should. All right. Well, I'm glad everything went well in Big Sky, Montana, and you got to see Patrick Mahomes and Devin Booker. I need to get them on the show, so I hope you got their numbers. And We'll talk soon, buddy.
You're the man, Bo. Thanks for talking.
Okay, dude. Brooks Bryant, Hail State superfan. On the Out of Bounds show, got him going 11-1, and but I agree with him. He knows that Zach Arnett's got to steal a game between LSU at home and at South Carolina. And then there's another run at Arkansas, at Auburn. Got to steal one of those. Those are like big swing games. There's others. I mean, Kentucky at home, Ole Miss at home. Those are games that are also swing games. So, Jason, do you have a prediction?
For Mississippi State?
Yeah. Here's what I'm interested in. Will both teams have 6 wins going into the Golden Egg game? Will one of the teams have more than 6? I don't think they'll have under 6, but if they're at 5, we'll see. Ole Miss has 5 layups.
Yeah.
Mercer, Tulane, Georgia Tech, Vanderbilt,
ULM,
La Monroe.
Yeah,
that's 5-0.
Still not sold on the Tulane game just yet.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
That makes me nervous. I'm an Ole Miss guy. We lose to Vanderbilt. We lose to Arkansas. Like in our best seasons, we lose to Jacksonville State.
You did have the best
Cal.
team that I've ever. In 2015, somehow you lost to Memphis,
Yeah.
Arkansas, and Florida, and you had a loaded team.
Exactly.
I don't understand how it happened. But then again, it was a comedy of errors. I mean, lining up Robert Kimdichie at tailback was the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He's the fridge, man.
Yeah. And then he got a concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then also, against Arkansas, whenever they had that giant 4th and 25, I think it was.
Right.
And then they were on the goal line, and he face masked them. I think it was on the 2-point conversion. If it wasn't, it was on the 3rd down or something. And
I remember that late in the game.
And then they just get to basically redo it, and then they score. They get in the end zone.
Oh, when he got sacked, right?
Yeah.
It was a face mask.
Yeah, it was a face mask.
Was it on Kimdichie?
Kimdichie was the one that grabbed the face mask.
God, he was a hell of a college player.
So I'm telling you.
A little undisciplined.
Yeah.
But
just a little bit.
a filthy, ridiculous, talented player.
Yeah, and I've been on the field.
I don't think he listened to a lot of coaching. He just came on campus ready to play.
Yeah. Were you surprised that he didn't really make it in the league?
No, not with what I knew that I didn't share on the show, what was going on. You had too many guys running hard.
Yeah.
I mean, your coach was running hard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the
they weren't
freeze
running
era,
together.
baby. Yeah.
But you had too many guys running hard. And it's unfortunate because he should have made $200 million.
Should have.
I mean, he should have made Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, Aaron Donald, among many other. And Kimdichie's like Chris. You can move him up and down the line of scrimmage.
Very true. Yeah.
Kimdichie had the versatility and flexibility to play all up and down the line of scrimmage, which is NFL defensive line coaches like that.
Right.
And defensive coordinators.
That's what I'm saying. If you had those men on the field and they lost to Memphis and Arkansas, we can lose to anybody.
He should be playing under a $100 million contract right now. Robert Kimdichie.
Yeah.
He's that talented.
I mean, dude, it was like a man amongst boys whenever he would go against even a strong tackle.
I remember saying that Chris Jones would be better. Now, Chris wasn't as refined as Kimdichie as a freshman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Ole Miss fans went crazy, called me every name under the sun. My theory there was just that Chris was taller, wingspan, had more runway growth, was much more raw coming out of Houston, Mississippi,
right,
compared to the Atlanta area, like Kimdichie.
Yeah, well, him and his brother they were very hyped up. They had all the hype in the world around him, and that was
maybe on some stuff that you don't need to be anyway. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was standing for his brother on senior day. I remember being at that game.
Really?
Because his brother obviously had that stuff going on.
Yeah, I hate that.
So
I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
I haven't kept up with Denzel.
But that was Robert's last game too, so it kind of worked out that it was his technical senior day because after that season, Robert was going to the league.
I got you.
So that's what I remember. I mean, that team was just ridiculous. So that's why I just don't know, like, should Ole Miss beat Tulane? Of course. But as an Ole Miss fan, am I a little skeptical in those kind of games? Definitely. People said, somebody on the text line said, Tulane is not Arkansas. Was Tulane Cal whenever we lost to Cal 2 years in a row?
Did y'all lose to Cal both years?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, we did.
I don't remember that.
We lost to Cal.
I mean, I remember Jacob Peeler was out there, and he's an unbelievable wide receiver coach. He would eventually join Ole Miss, but now he's at Missouri. He's from Kosciuszko. He's a phenomenal coach. You lost at home to Cal?
Yeah, so John Rice Plumlee.
They don't even care about football.
It was on the goal line. It was like I forgot what the receiver was that caught the ball, but apparently he didn't get it in the end zone. We were all calling for, a review it, but that was the end of the game. Clock hit 0.
I think I remember that now.
It was, and I remember I was at Mississippi State with some buddies at like a fraternity party watching the Ole Miss Cal game when it was in Cal and losing that game.
Okay.
That one wasn't as close, I don't think. But that's what I'm saying is like.
Was that when Matt Luke was coach or Freeze?
Yes, Luke.
Luke, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, as an Ole Miss fan, you have a right to be skeptical of those types of games.
I don't think you do. Lane is such a phenomenal offensive play call. Lane's not losing to Tulane. Let's just get control of ourselves here. And, I think he should win big eventually as the game. I don't know. He may get on them early, but they're not going to be able to stop Dart and Quinshon or Sanders and Quinshon.
Oh yeah.
But I think that there is a lot of concern. I've talked to some people in the last week. I don't think you had the wide receiver threat you didn't have it last year either, that you've had in the past. And there are some people, believe it or not, that are gung-ho Ole Miss fans that are not buying that the La Tech or UT San Antonio kid will Franklin or Harris will give you that juice.
Now, I know how much you love training camp videos and you love training camp news.
Mm-hmm.
So fall camp, I have been seeing some videos of Trey Harris making some pretty good looking plays against, the Ole Miss defense. So I don't know if that's, just the Ole Miss secondary is just going to be trash yet again, or if
they'll be better under Pete Golding.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better.
But it's just a disease that continues every year. That's why I'm hoping Golding can change something. He's making it happen on the recruiting trail.
Oh, you'll be better on defense because Golding is a significant upgrade as a defensive coordinator and play caller. Burger Day, brought to you by Bulldog Burger.
Boom.
In Ridgeland, Lake Harbor. And they've taken their bourbon game to another level. And their bar's great. I mean, that's what I usually do. Sit at the bar, but they've got high tops behind the bar seats, bar stools. I want to thank Tom Luganbill for hanging out with us. Went McGee, mortgagemanms.com, Bank of England. And Superfan, MSU Superfan Brooks Bryant, back from Big Sky, Montana. That was cool, too. They all joined us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Lane Kiffin is not losing to Tulane. Hey, hit Apple Podcast, search Out of Bounds with Bo Bounds. Apple Podcast, search Out of Bounds with Bo Bounds. We'll see you tomorrow.